welcome back to another math lesson. I hope you are all doing very well. I hope you're all in good health, and I hope you're looking forward to this next lesson. It's a good one. I want to talk a little bit about the difference between how many versus the value. And of course, I'm referring to base 10 blocks. For instance, if I asked you, first of all, what is this? You'd say it's a 1. If I said, how many ones do you see? You'd say, well, I see 1. That you'd be right. And if I asked you what's the value of that 1, you'd say, well, it's worth 1. And you would also be correct. If I pulled another one off the side and I put it here, I'd say, how many ones do you see? And you'd say, well, I see 2. And you'd be right. If I said, what's the value of these 2? You'd say the value is just 2. And of course, you would be right again. Let's move on to the tens. That's where it gets a little bit tricky. For instance, if I said, what do we have over here? You'd say it's a 10. We call those rods here, we call them tens. If I said, how many tens do you see? You'd say, well, I see 10. Not really. No, you'd be wrong there. The value is 10 because we have 10 little ones in it. But if I asked you, now listen carefully, I'm asking you, how many tens do you see? The answer would be there is 1 10. There it is. From top to bottom, it's just 1 10. The value of this 1 10, well, that's where you got to start counting these little squares, these little ones. The value is going to be 10. Now that's trickier. Let me keep giving you another. Let me give you another example. Hopefully it'll make a little more sense. If I asked you, how many do we have here? How many tens do you see? And you'd say, well, I see 20. Yeah, you're kind of on the right track. That would be the value. 20 is the value because we have 20 little ones in there. We have 20 little squares. But that's not how many tens we see. Okay, let's try it again. How many tens do you see? Well, I've got 1 10 over here from top to bottom. That's 1. And here's the second one. We have 2 tens. That's how many. The value of those 2 tens, the value of them would be 20. Okay, you were still with me, I hope. Let's do one more. Okay, hopefully you should understand this. Now, if I asked you, how many tens do you see? Okay, give me your answer. What is it? Shout it! 3 tens. That's how many we see. We have 3 tens. 1, 2, 3 of them. Now, what's the value of those 3 tens? You should have said 30 because we have 10 little squares here, 10 little squares there, 10 little squares there. Just remember this. If I say value, you're going to count all the little squares. If I say how many, you're going to count the whole thing. So we have 3 tens, and the value of those 3 tens is 30, and so on. Let's move on to the hundreds. Now, how many hundreds do you see? Well, you should see just one of them. It's, this whole block. That's 100. Sorry, that's one of the hundreds. The value of those little 100, of this 100 would be, well, that's where you got to count these little squares. Okay, count them all. I hope you're not counting them one by one. Come on, we know a better way. It's just 100 of them. We know there's 10 rows of 10. That makes 100. That's the value. If I put a second one beside it and I said, hey, some guy stops you down the street, says, hey, how many hundreds do you see on this? By the way, don't talk to strangers. There's just 2 of them. There's 2 of the hundreds. The value of them would be, well, count all the little squares. You get 200 little squares. Let's do one more. How many hundreds do you see here? Hey, shout out an answer. Ready, set, go. 3 of them. You see 3 of the hundreds. How many? There's 3 of them. What's the value of it? Well, we got 100 little ones here, 100 little ones over there, and 100 little ones over here. The value would be 300. Okay, if this makes sense, let's move on to the second part. If you're still a little bit confused, rewind the video, watch it again, you will get it. Let's do a few examples. What does a 1 look like? Well, we know a 1 looks like this. But you know what? That takes too long, especially if I want to draw like a whole bunch of them. It would take far too long to make these squares. There's a faster way of doing it. Just go like this. Bang, done. If you can't see that, I'll make it a little bit thicker. This is much quicker to do. I prefer to make little circles to represent ones when I'm doing a test, or if I'm doing an example on the smartboard. This is what I recommend. What does a 1 look like? Don't do this. This takes too long. Just do that. That's what it looks like. And why do we call it a 1? Why? Because there's just one of them. How about the second part? What does a 10 look like? Well, 10, I mean, you could spend time and do this and make a whole string of them to make it look like these guys here. That takes way too long. I mean, who wants to sit there and do that all day? I don't want to do it. I don't know about you, but I'm not going to do that. This is the fast way of doing it. Just there, done. Make a rod, a skinny line. You don't have to make them like this. Don't do that. That takes long. I mean, nah, scrap that. There, done. That's a 10. Now you got to keep in mind that there are 10 little boxes in here. Even though I made one line like this, a rod, you got to remember that every rod is made up of 10 little ones. Even though we can't see them, they're still there. Why do we call it a 10? This is the part that we just answered, because there's 10 little ones stuck together to make this. They're all connected in a line. How about this part here? What does 100 look like? Now the 100, there's no shortcut. You guys gotta, sit there and make little squares until you get to 100. Just joking. No, don't do that. That's not very good. It takes too long again. Here you go. Just do this. These ones, you got no way around them. You got to make a big box like that, and that's going to represent 100. Don't sit there and start making, rows and columns and trying to do all the... No. Don't do that. Actually, let's backtrack. Just do that. That's good enough. Why do we call it 100? Because there are 100 little squares. There's 100 little ones like that connected together to form this big box. So we call it 100. So this is where we're going to practice drawing these, and I want you, when you practice these, I want you to draw them. Here's the word illustrate. It means to draw. So illustrate means draw. I want you to draw them quickly. So if I say draw 5 ones, you're not going to sit there and make 5 little boxes. You're going to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done. 5 ones. How about 5 tens? Again, the fast way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tens. How about 10 ones? Let's move on to this part. 10 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 little dots, that's 10 ones. How about 10 tens? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See how quick that is? I'm already done half the page. 15 ones. Let's do this. Now, once you get to 10, I want you to start a new row like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm not going to keep going here. I want to keep my picture and diagrams, my illustrations. I just used 3 synonyms. Diagrams, pictures, and illustrations. They all mean the same thing. Anyways, this isn't language arts class. It's math class. 15 ones. I get to 10. I start a new row. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Keeps things organized and looking good. How about 15 tens? Again, the same principle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stop! Move on to the next row. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Just keeps things looking organized. It's going to help you down the road. Trust me. How about 25 ones? Okay, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stop! Move on to the next row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got 20 already. I need 25. So we're going to go 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. See how quick that is? I'm already done 25 ones. Imagine you're doing 25 of these things. How about 25 tens? Same idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stop. Move on to the next row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How much is 10 and 10? 20. Good. Sharp skills. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Next part. 33 ones. Oh man, that's hard. No, it's not hard. Look, 33 ones. Same idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There, that's 30, right? 31, 32, 33. 33 tens. 1, 2, 3. Here, I'll race you. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's how much? 10, 10, 10 is 30. 31, 32, 33. I've drawn 33 of the tens. Now we're going to get on to the last part that asks us what is the value of each illustration. Now look what we've done. In all of these questions, I was showing you how many. Remember going back to this here? How many versus the value? Well, in all of these examples, I was showing you how many. I was illustrating how many of these and of these I have. So here I have how many ones? I got 5 ones. Over here, How many tens? How many? I have 10 tens. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. But the value of these 10 tens is going to be a little different. What is the value of 10 tens? Well, remember, you got to start counting these little squares now to get the value. So if I go on to this example here and I count all these, I know I've got 10 in a row here, and I know I've got 10 here, and I've got 10 in a row, and 10 in a row, and 10 in a row. So the value is going to be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. The value equals 100. What's the value of this? What's the value of this? Well, the value is going to be, I've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Good. I got the value is equal to 50. Hey, what's the value of 5 ones? Well, that's easy. That's just 5. That's pretty easy to do. Just 5. How about 10 ones? What's the value of 10 ones? If you said 10, good job. Let's move on. How about 15 ones? What's the value of 15 ones? Again, count all these little ones. You got 15 of them. So the value is 15. That's the value. How about the value of 15 tens? Try that on your own. See if you can get it. Okay, well, let's see here. We've got 10 tens here. That makes 100. And we've got 5 more, so that's 150. So the value, I'll put V for value, is 150. 25 ones is just 25. 25 tens though, now check it out. Now that's the reason why it's good to organize your numbers. I know I've got 10 tens here. That makes 100. I've got another 10 tens. That makes another 100. And the value of these 5 tens is going to be 50. So what's 100 plus 100? That's 200. Plus 50 is 250. So the value is 250. See how easy this is? The hard part is understanding, again, the question. How many ones do I have? How many? I've got 33. But what's the value of them? Well, the value is still 33. That's all I got. But 33 tens, how many tens? 33 tens. What's the value of 33 tens? Well, the value over here is 100. The value of these here is another 100. Because I've got 10 of them. The value of these 10 tens is another 100. And the value of these 3, well, there's only 3 of them. So that's just, let's see, 10, 20, 30. Add it all up, you got 100, 200, 330. So the value is 330. How many ones are found in each of our representations? How many ones? Well, how many ones are here? Well, we got 33 ones. How many ones are in 33 tens? Oh man, that's tricky. How many ones are there? How many ones? Well, we know we have 10 ones here. We have another 10 over here, another 10 ones here, another 10 here, another 10, 10, 10, 10. That's just the value, right? That's going to be giving us 100 little ones. We got another 100 little ones here. So this is just another way of saying the value. When a question asks you how many ones there are, it's asking you for the value. Now, let's move on now to these examples. Tricky wordings. Tricky wording. How many ones are needed to make a 1? Well, just one of them. There. How many ones are needed to make a 10? Well, here's a 10. Now, how many ones are needed? We needed 10 ones. 10 ones makes a 10. How many ones are needed? How many? Again, back to how many. How many ones are needed to make only one of the hundreds? Ooh. How many ones? Now, we got to read these a couple times. How many ones are needed to make one of the hundreds? Well, here's one of the hundreds. Well, sort of like that. How many ones were needed? We needed 100 ones. So you see, these aren't really hard, but the wording of it is tricky. You got to read them carefully. How many tens are needed to make the number 30? Let's see, 30. How many tens? Well, if I made one 10, is that 30? Of course not. It's just 10. If I made another 10, I've got 20 now. If I make another 10, now I have 30. How many tens? I needed 3 tens. makes 30. How many tens are needed to make the number 40? Well, here's 40. Now, if I made only one 10, that's not 40. 2 tens is 20. 3 tens is 30. 4 tens is 40. So I needed 4 tens makes 40. How many tens are needed to make 50? Well, that's just easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tens makes, count them, 50. So I needed 5 tens. That's how many. How many tens are needed to make the number 100? Well, let's see. I have 1 10, 2 tens, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 tens makes 100. So I need 10 tens. How many tens are needed to make 130? Well, look. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This makes 100. I need to make 130. So I'm going to make 110, 120, 130. How many tens? Well, I have 10 tens, 11, 12, 13 tens. How many tens make the number 200? Well, that's easy. If you understand how many you need to make 100, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, that makes 100. Another 10 makes another 100. That makes 200. So I need how many tens? 20 tens. How many tens are needed to make the number 300? Well, that's just another 10 on top of this. I just need 30 tens. So I'll take this picture here. That makes 200. If I make another 10, I think that's 10. Now I've got 30 tens. That makes my number 300. Here you have a chart. You have to show me an illustration of 5 tens. Draw what 5 tens looks like and tell me the value. That's all you got to do. Illustration and value for all of these questions. Okay, we'll be back in a minute. All right, we're back. Your illustration for this should have looked like that. 5 tens is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the value is 50. How about 10 tens? You should have drawn this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the value is 100. The value of 15 tens is going to be, well, let's illustrate it first before we do the value. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Start a new row. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I hope you started a new row. If you did, way to go. If you didn't, just remember next time. And the value of 15 tens is 150. How about 24 tens? Well, let's see. You should have done this. You should have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Start a new row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Start a new row. We're not done yet. 21, 22, 23, 24. The value is going to be, well, we have 100 here. We have 100 here. We have 40 here. So we have 240. How about 36 tens? Oh man, that should take a long, no, that doesn't take long. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh man, if you organized your rods like this, that's an awesome job you did. Way to go. If not, again, remember next time. The value, well, these make 300 because I have 100 here, I have 100 here, I have 100, and I've got, let's see, 60 here, so that's 360. And I know you couldn't see this last one. We'll do it together. 10 ones, you should have drawn this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the value is just 10. Right? That's all we got. 36 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 8, 9, 10. The value, oops, I'm not done yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we have 36. And that's just 36. That's all I got. All right, guys. Last part. Now I'm taking this lesson a little bit into overtime just because the extra practice is most definitely worth it. So try these 2 examples. I'll give you a second or two. I mean, it shouldn't take you very long. Let me take that back. Read it carefully. Take as long as you need. And we'll be back in a minute to check our answer. All right, we're back. How many tens do you need to represent the number 80? Well, here's 80. How many tens do you need? It says, how many tens? Well, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. We need 8 tens. Okay, that's the answer. Question 2. How many tens do you need to represent the number 130? So here's 130. How many tens do we need? Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That makes 100. 110, 120, 130. How many tens? How many? We have 13 tens. Okay, try these. Pause the video and we'll be back in a second. Alright, we're back. How many ones do you need to represent the number 130? Here's 130. How many ones? Oh man, serious? How many ones? Now, look, I could sit here all day drawing these ones. 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3. But you know what? At the bottom line is, at the end of the day, I'm going to get 130 ones. That's what I'm going to get. I'm going to have to draw 130 of them. So I need 130 ones to make the number 130. For this one, how many tens do you need to represent the number 250? Here's 250. How many tens? Hey, how many tens do we need? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The value of these is 100. Not enough. We need 250. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here's another 100. That makes 200. Still not enough. I need 250. So I'm going to go 1, 210. That makes 210. 220, 230, 240, 250. There. How many tens? I needed 25 tens. 2 more questions. Pause the video and we'll be back in a minute. Alright, we're back. How many hundreds do you need to represent the number 600? Here's 600. How many hundreds do we need? Well, here's 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. Okay, why didn't I draw tens for this one? Well, because if you read the question, it says, how many hundreds do I need to represent this number? So how many hundreds? I need 6 of the hundreds. I need 600. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many tens would you need to represent the number 600? Now I'm not going to sit here and draw this because it's going to take us a little bit too long. But just to give you an idea, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That makes the value of 100. I need 600. So I'm going to have another row of 100. I'm going to have another row. Let's pretend I drew them in. They'll all go here. 100, 100, another one. Is that enough? Let's see. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. I need one more. 600. Now, if you were to count this, how many tens would I have? That's what it's asking me. How many tens? I would have 10 tens here, another 10 tens, 10 tens, 10 tens, another 10 here. I'm going to have 2 more rows with 10 tens. That's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 of them. 60 tens make 600. Boys and girls, awesome job. We're done. This is tricky business. It's not incredibly hard, but you do have to practice understanding the wording and getting comfortable with the wording and the conversions. The fact that, 10 ones makes a 10, 10 tens makes 100, 10 hundreds makes 1,000, and really getting comfortable using this sort of language when you're explaining yourself and your representation. Nonetheless, if you've made it this far in the lesson, you've done an amazing job. Keep practicing. That's what makes you better at all of this. And I'll see you next lesson.